are we doing, folks? Just waiting for YouTube to send me the notification on my other device so I can get in here and look at the chat. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Well, I'm hearing it on one phone. Which reminds me, I need to turn Do Not Disturb on. Come on. Well, it's going to take its own sweet time. Hey, 351 Cleveland, how are you? So, let's see. Start off. I just posted a video, not very long ago, about River Cat's tackle 6/0 hooks and strength tests and all that good stuff. Hello, beautiful Ashley. How is the most amazing woman in the entire world? Hey, Joshua, entire world doing today? You are just the most amazing, and I do not know why I cannot find this on my other device. Give me a second. We'll get there sooner or later. I knew I could get there. And let me just set up and come on. There we go. Yeah, I got it. Let's see. As long as you behave, Josh, I don't have a problem with it. So, okay. So I did a review on the 6/0 hooks, and John gave me a pack of these when we were at the gathering, and yeah. And so I tested the strength on them, and they test very well. And these are 6/0 hooks. One thing that I failed to mention, I mentioned a lot of things in that video, but the big thing is our reels usually have 25 pounds or less of drag on them, even our catfish reels. So, this thing's going to pull in anything you want to pull it in. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and sadly, I've already lost one of them, and I don't know why. It's hard to see, and I realize that. But look at the eye on those. So when the wire is bent around on these, they are not welded, but come here. Where's a piece of paper? Yeah, there's one. Come here. Yeah, I can't even get a piece of paper in between there. And that's one. Let me grab another one here. Same thing. And so I only have two on my desk. Sadly, here's the one I bent earlier. In my testing, let's check it. Nope, same thing. I mean, seriously, folks. Let me grab, I don't know what kind this is off my desk. That one's got a pretty tight eye on it too. Paper goes in there and catches. Let's see, this one, paper goes in and catches. And those are larger hooks. But anyway, I was really impressed by these. I did not, is this the other one? Yeah, there's the other one, I think. Yeah. So there's 5 to a pack, and I've located 4 of them. I just can't find the third good one. But because I had to run the test twice because my camera was not in the right location. And yeah, so I'm really impressed by these hooks. I did talk to John after the video. I had some questions for him. And one of the things that he told me, which I was surprised about, so you can't buy these in bulk, and the reason being, they come shipped to him already packaged. So you got 5 in a pack, and they come that way from the factory. And why that's important, if you've ever dealt with a big bag of hooks, they slam around each other and they rub across each other, and they will dull each other out in the bag as they're being transported from hither to yon. And you got to worry about the smashing and stuff of, the whole. These are going to give some padding. If you have a whole bunch of them just in a box, they're going to pad each other. It's really cool. Again, I just wasn't expecting that. I don't know why. So I've got a bunch of, found the other hook. A bunch of stickers. We're going to put some of these up, and then we're going to put all of them up if I can. If I can get the double-sided tape off the back, we're going to find that out real quick. There's my knife. What I like in fingernails, I make up for with keeping a knife everywhere. Oh, that's pulling the tape off. I want to pull the backing off. There we go. There we go. First one. Eat, fish, sleep. Repeat. Hey, Kevin Fishes. Welcome in, my friend. Glad to have you here. Let's see. Where's a good hole on the board? That didn't sound right, did it? There's a good hole on the board. Put that one right there. Where did they all go? Oh, right here. So, worst day of fishing, the better than the best day at work. I believe this one, that one, and of course, this one all came from Angie Fishing. I believe that's where I got those, the two that aren't Angie Fishing. Now, the one that is Angie Fishing, got a pretty good idea where that one came from. Couldn't find my double-sided tape, so I had to order some more. It came in today. Let's see, where's a good hole for this one? There we go. Right yonder. And we'll put up Angie Fishing. Now, when I think of Angie Fishing, I always associate her with shenanigans fishing. Because they kind of, I don't know, they fished together several times, and they were both over in East Tennessee and all that, so there you go. So they get to go together. This is my new hitch by hitch style. And if you don't know Hitch by Hitch, yeah, he's a good guy to watch. He's out of Oregon. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of stickers already. We'll slap that one up there. He does salmon and crabbing and some kind of trout up there and lingcod and I don't know stuff. Bank Fishing Adventures. That's our buddy Stacy. Now he's always associated to me with Scotty. Where's Scotty? Where is Scotty? I know it. Oh, right there. Fun Fishing Adventures. So we'll put him right next to Scotty. Because you kind of got Rod, Scotty, and Stacy all as they're all the Fishing Adventures folks. See if I can maybe straighten that up a little bit. That's a little bit. And since I've got that one, I need to go ahead and put up 29 Bites. That's the show they do together. Well, I thought I'd be fishing too, Billy. I haven't given up on it yet, but I've got a toothache from Hades. And the beautiful, lovely, and amazing Ashley is currently at the gym. And if I do go, she will go with me. And do have another Rod's Fishing Adventure. This is the same design, but a larger one than what I have up there now. So we'll find a place for old Rod. We'll put him back over here. I mean, I already got him over here, but that way, you know, double billing, double location, all that fun stuff. Next, we're going to do the Barbie and Organs. And her wonderful hubby, Randy, Fonda Pounda. Oh, some salt shaker, huh? Well, I don't know if a salt shaker would do good for the toothache, but there's my salt shaker. I mean, gargling with salt water is supposed to be good, so there's that. Love you, Cindy. Okay, so let's put the Flounda, the Pounda, the right to there. And if they're not perfectly straight, that's because, well, tough. Oh, let's see. Hey, Big Mike, it's storming out there. Well, that's going to keep most of you guys in tonight, isn't it? Which explains why Cindy's not live right this very second, because, you know, Cindy kind of lives on the water or on the bank or somewhere. Hey, Fat Cat. Hey, Human. Human, are you the one that sent me the art the other night? I think you are, but I want to make sure. So we got the Found at the Pounda, and then we got the Barbie, Indy, Oregon. And there's, since this is pretty much the same, I mean, it's not pretty much the same. I mean, it's the same truck and all that, but there you go. Put them together. Till death do they part. Now, if they get divorced, I guess I have to move one of them, but whatever. Or maybe I'll just leave them up there side by side so they have to get back together because they're like, you know, well, we're stuck on Mike's Stickerboard like that, so guess we need to work things out. Not that I have any inside information or anything, folks. I'm just, you know, running my mouth because I'm so damn good at it. Oh, the sunshine is so beautiful. If you want to set up before dark, I can meet you there. We'll figure it out. I'm really excited. This is Thurman Outdoors. I'll put him over there. I got him from, I'm sure I got him from Earl, because Earl sends all kinds of stickers. PNW Lip Rippers is going to be next. Where did I get the fishing pole? Which fishing pole? That one? That's actually drawn on there. Let's see. I'll put him. Spot over there. Not quite enough there. We'll put him right there. Yeah, like I say, getting things straight is not my forte. Yeah. A previous girlfriend of mine was a graphic artist and a good artist. And so she did the Stickerboard for me years ago. And I guess you finally got around to actually doing something with the Stickerboard. There's a good spot for First Life. It fits right in there beautifully, wonderfully. Oh, look, another Slip Mac and Skinny. I've heard of her. She's somebody. I think I've watched her once or twice. Definitely a salt shaker kind of person. And I've already got at least one of hers up there, but, you know, who cares? This one's a different size or a different something. Where is she now? She's up there, so I got... Let's see, there's a Skipjack Cindy, there's a Skipjack Cindy. So this is the same kind as that one, but it's smaller, and it will go right, not quite. We'll put it right there. And Sandy Toes. So I already have one Sandy Toes, but this is a completely different style of Sandy Toes. Sandy Toes is out of Australia, for those who don't know. Wonderful lady. Let's see. So there's my first Sandy Toes right there. You know, I got nothing wants to fit there. Yeah, we'll put her up there next to Earl. I have another reef rubber. I've got 1, 2, 3. Reef rubber, you got 3 up. That's enough reef rubber. You got enough up there. You're okay. And then this is Return Them Right. They make some devices that allow you to descend fish, especially in salt water, when you pull them out of deep water, so that you don't, you know, have to poke their bladder and stuff like that, the air bladder. It gets them back down to the depth because they can't swim back down because they've got the air in their bladder, so it drags them down there with the quickness so that they can be back in where they want to be. Now, I do have an Otter Cat sticker. You applied it at Vulcan in Chicago. I don't know what that means, but congratulations. Let's see. That's a she, Jessica, Mid-South. She who? She. Oh, human? Oh. Well, hey, human. Um, she's a nobody. Like, nobody really? I don't know. Hey, Commander Pug, good to see you. Good to see you. Work has been crazy. Understand, Kevin. Understand. Did you say you need to poke? Stop it. Yes. But, okay, so back in bass fishing days 20 years ago, one of the ways that you could, that was told to do with largemouth bass was to take a hypodermic needle and let the air out of the air bladder. So there you go. What do I have on my chin? Well, it's not your balls. That's a microphone, and that is part of Trump's wig. So there's that. Now, so I have been working, for those who have been following my stupid live streams, I don't know why you would, but hey, somebody's got to, right? I've been talking about the Mortician's rig and trying to find out a way to fix it so that it works with heavier line. And I'll go over what the Mortician's rig is here in a second, but I did some testing today, and I may have found something. So in my testing, here was issue number 1. Oopsies. So bye-bye. And issue number 2 was somewhere. I don't remember what happened to it. Oh, actually, I do remember. It broke at the egg loop knot. And so we did some testing last night. The egg loop knot is not quite as strong as the no-knot snell. The no-knot snell on 60-pound big game broke at, well, the line broke at 73 pounds, not at the knot. Now, with the egg loop knot broke at about 68 pounds. Again, that's on 60-pound rated line. So whatever, people. What's it? Oh, okay. I know what that is. But when I was doing some of the pull testing today on what I think is the fix for the Mortician rig, I had one that broke at like, I don't know, under 40 pounds. On 60-pound line, that's not good. Okay, fine. So I did another one with that same hook, same result. So that hook went in the trash. So I have been kicking around the idea of actually starting to make rigs to sell. Now, whether that's a good idea or not, I don't know. Because there are a lot of pre-tied rigs on the market. But my point of differentiation would be I test them. I pull them first. Make sure they're good. Because I've already proven with 2 of those, that ain't so good. Yep, ball scratcher. Oh, let's see. It's Mid-South of Hell Day. There you go. Hey, not dang what you been doing up there. Oh, hey, you know it. Oh, let's see. Right, not right now. Hey, bank fishers. So, very basically, what a Mortician's rig is, you'd have your swivel up here, and then you'd have 2 overhand knots, kind of side by side-ish, and in between you'd put a leader, and I'll show you that. And then down again, you do it again. Well, the problem with overhand knots in 80-pound line is you put enough force on them and they slide. So I had to come up with a different knot. And I did. And tried a few different knots. And of course, one of the things that's important here is strength, right? So the anatomy of a rig, in my opinion, is you need to have, your main line needs to have its strength. The sinker lead needs to be weaker than the main line strength. So that if your sinker gets stuck, you can pull everything back, get everything back from your rig except the sinker. Well, then you've got the lead, the snoods that come off of the main leader. Those need to be at least close to your main line strength, right? You want to see, Don't threaten me with a good time. Number 10, is that my IQ? Okay, so what I came up with trying is, I don't know, we'll go down but this much. We'll do a figure 8 knot. So you just make a loop, and then you take the tag end or a end, and you go around and you go through the loop, and you get, I know, like it's a figure 8. Pull that tight. Do another one. And I should have did the first one a little further down, but whatever. Pull that one through. Come on. Come on, sunshine. You can do this. Kind of doubled over on itself or something. Anyway, there we go. So they can be really close to each other. Show us your eyeball. And then what we want to do is, depending on the length of our leaders, learn something about leaders today too. You want to measure down. I'm going to go ahead and measure down about 10 inches, and then I'm going to need a little more at the end. So snippity doo-dah. So from the bottom knot of this first section, I'm going to go down about 10 inches, and I'm going to go ahead and tie another knot, another figure 8 knot. Easier said than done. We got that one, and then we'll do one more. Slide that close. Yeah, so it's a little further away. That's okay. Now, take a 3/0 swivel, put that at the top of the rig. Now with 80-pound leader, I could use a crimp, or I can use a knot. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and just use a tri-lane knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little wiry, but it works. Go through both of those holes, or both of the loops at the bottom, and give her a tug. Yes, I said give her a tug. Yeah. Then at the bottom, I'm going to take a weaker swivel. Are you counting my IQ? I'm not going to do an edit for you. Sorry. Yeah. Cover the camera with left hand for a lamer Jackson. Well, here's what I'm going to do for you there, edit ass. You're gone. You'll never be back. Because you wanted to interrupt someone else's stream and be a little prick, you're never going to come back. Never. Keep doing this to all the other channels until you get blocked by so many that YouTube just actually suspends your account completely. It'll be fun. Hey, River Cats Tackle, I saw you in there. Let's see. Do I know how to test a knot? I do. With a knot. Okay, so we're going to take the weaker swivel on the bottom of this rig, and we'll do another tri-lane knot to have as many twists, because it's going to have 30-pound mono on it when all is said and done. And pull that one. So there we go. Top to bottom, 3/0 swivel, 2 figure 8s, 2 more figure 8s, and a little swivel at the bottom. And now what we're going to do is take our 60-pound mono. So this, come back here, plug in my knot tester. Take our 60-pound mono, and I played with this earlier and found out that I was getting a little longer than I wanted. So I've got 2 little pieces of tape down here, so that's how I'm deciding what I'm doing here. And here's a trick to save yourself some line when you're tying rigs. So you have to have the standing end available when you're tying the no knot snell, but you don't have to have the tag end available. So you run the standing end through the back. So that puts the tag end as if it were running through the front. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Okay, so setting this up, this is going to be about 16 inches of line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create the egg loop knot. So I go 8 twists, 8 turns, whatever you want to call it. Stick the tag end through the back of the hook, or the standing end rather, just a little bit, and then we'll do 4 more wraps. And what these wraps do is they lock the no-knot snell in place. And I let go a little early. Let me straighten these coils out. There we go. So now we got that, and since we pulled on both ends, we can snip this one nice and close, which you can't do with a no-knot snell. So if you try to push it through, you get the egg loop spot where you could put chicken liver or a salmon egg or all that. Now we're going to take the other end. So we double this over. With the doubled over, we create a loop. We're going to do a triple surgeon's loop. So we're going to go make it 3 overhand knot, and we're going to run through there 3 different times. And this is where having a little puller like this comes in real handy. You can grab that little bitty loop and give her a pull. So there you go. Now we're going to turn our pull tester on. And adjust our camera, in theory. There we go. So, measuring this out on the little Flicky, we're right around a little under 6 1/4 in the length from the tip of the loop to the start of the hook. Because I don't know what one of those is. If I did, I might use one. Let me get this on here. It's a little short for my pull tester, but we'll get her on there. Okay, so we got that on there. We'll set it over to the units of pounds and set peak. What I'm going to, actually I don't want to set peak on this. Turn off peak, there you go. So I'm going to pull this to 40 pounds. And you'll see it goes up to 40 and then it comes back down. So it went up to 45 and it's decreasing as the line stretches and the knot sets. So to make sure I'll give it at least 40 pounds sustained. It's dropping much more slowly. I'll take a drink of water and we'll be on our way. So there you go. It's slowly descending. That's good enough for me. Take the pressure off. Remember when I said it was 6 1/4? It is now 7 1/4. Got an extra inch of length that way. So there you go. 60 pound, 80 pound. Now that gets us halfway there. So now that we've got this done, I can go ahead and snip off tag end here. Snip. And away it goes. So this is where we put on the snoods. There you go. So what we do is we put this line between the 2 figure-8 knots, and then we run the hook back through the loop we have. And then we get that tightened down a little bit. And we just want this to settle between those 2 knots. Now what this does for you is you can go round and round and round and round and round. And if you want to change this, you can. If this breaks, you can put another one on. Now the next step is, well, we need to make sure that we test the strength of this. So we're pulling the hook against that top swivel. Okay, and hoping not to run out of line here before it gets tightened up. And I'm going to before it gets anywhere. Okay. So again, we're working with 60-pound line. We're going to have a 40-pound main line. So we can get this up to 44 pounds peak force before I ran out of room. So, and I wish I could do this in horizontal, but you know, YouTube doesn't give you the viewers. So what has happened here is these two knots are right on each other just like they were to begin with. So the knots are not slipping. I've got adequate strength. Yes, we're talking about 60-pound mono, and we only gave it about 45 pounds of pulling force. But the fact of the matter is, our reels are going to have maybe 25 pounds of drag. So there you go. Yeah, Travis, so here's the problem. When it breaks, guess what's going to go flying across the room? Guess who likes his eyeballs? Hate you, Travis. And I have done it. But Travis is apparently not happy with me having eyeballs. So I will once again. I mean, if you're here for the carnage, might as well have carnage, right? Move this to where you can see it. Okay. So I've got to shorten this because I only have 12 inches of pull. We're not going to even go there. Just let that one slide, folks. So I wrap it around here 3 or 4 times. What that's going to do is effectively shorten this. So that is on the 80-pound area. And I'll hook it in there. So let's get up to peak, because that's the important part. Where's my box? That didn't sound right either. There it is. Y'all are welcome to watch this. I'm going to keep my eyes. Thank you very much. Y'all couldn't see that. So tell me how far you think it went before it broke. And if I can find the hook. So what broke actually was the swivel came off. Hook's still there. So, come on, give me guesses. Y'all wanted to know what it would break at. Oh, my swivel's over here. There it is. See, it broke up. The tri-lane knot broke. Do it again. 59.5. 59.5 pounds. I'm happy with the results. Listen here, Travis. You're playing your games. 59.5 is and that still wasn't the knot that we were expecting to break, right? I mean, my 60-pound mono is still right here. This is the 60-pound. This is the 80-pound. The tri-lane knot is what broke. Now, the downside of this is, I said you could, get this knot off. Well, not really now. It will slide again. I mean, let me anchor it here. Let's see where we at. Yeah. So if I pull from the other end, at least from previous testing, it will eventually slide. But once you've got a fish on there and you put 60 pounds of weight on it, it doesn't matter, right? There you go. The swivel was fine. The swivel's a 3/0. The swivel is fine. The swivel did not break. The knot broke. And then normally what I would do with this rig, of course, I'm going to toss this one because I've already put that much pressure on it, is down here at the bottom swivel is where I would tie on some 30-pound mono because I'm using 40-pound mainline. And that would go down to my swivel. Not my swivel, my sinker. So that if my sinker gets stuck, I get my whole rig back. And there you have it, folks. How is that for something you didn't think you'd see today? Yes, straight line to swivel. Okay, well, I will do a straight line to the swivel next time. Wait. Then it'll just slide right out. Y'all are rude. Y'all are getting me back for everything I've ever done to y'all. And some things I didn't. So, there you go. Now, I mean, I could put a crimp on the 80-pound. I'll locate my crimps. I could do that. I don't want to. So I am excited about this because I can't test the swivel only. They don't go together that close. But the swivel is supposed to have 130-pound brake strength. So there. Hey, H. Lee Osborne. Anyway, 60 pounds. We got almost to 60 pounds before something broke. And actually, the tri-lane knot shouldn't have broken at that strength. I don't know what I did wrong, but anywho, it is what it is. It was what it was. It was where it was. And there you go. So I'm real happy with that. Like I say, the Mortician's rig is something they use to like surf fishing and stuff, but they use a single overhand knot and, as the holder, and that slides when you get up to this strength of line. And I guess they're sliding around 29 pounds when I did my testing on that. So needless to say, like I said, I'm happy with this. And the reason I'm doing any of this, and Travis, you like technical geek stuff too. The T-knot that everybody ties is weak. It's barely over half the braking strength of the line. So I forget, it was like 25 pounds on something that breaks at like 49 is where the T-knot breaks. The triple surgeon's loop will hold up better, but not. I mean, this one held up really nicely. It went up to 59 pounds on 60-pound mono before something else broke. Oh, Lord. But you don't want 80-pound leader going to your hooks. The reason you don't want 80-pound leader going to your hooks is because if something breaks, you want to get as much of your rig back as you can. The other problem with using the T-knots is you have, the loop is where you're putting your circle hook. And everything we all ever hear about circle hooks is you gotta pull it by the shank. It's got to be pulled by the shank. And all that, but even if you just do a cow hitch knot like what they normally do, your line is getting right there where the bend of the hook where the end of the wire comes around and touches, and that's a very sharp spot, and that is going to get you broken line. So effectively, what this is going to do is give you the benefits of a Kentucky rig with a lot more strength. Cheap and crafty is what I do. Suck that. Oh. Wait, we can get married? Ho ho! We getting married, Cindy. Of course, Ashley is sitting there in the gym right now going, what the? We're gonna get us a houseboat. We're gonna live on the Tennessee River, and you gonna make me a kept man. And oh wait. You want me to earn a living too, don't you? Dadgummit, I hate it when that happens. I keep trying to become a kept man. Nobody wants to make me a kept man. Apparently, I'm not that hot. I don't think Cindy's crying. I think she's fine. She's got Travis. She don't need nobody else. So I did make some of these, and I marked them as 80-pound morp with a 60-pound 10-aught. So I got the 2 hooks, the 2 swivels. I got the 30-pound monitor at the end of it. Everything's ready to go if I ever go fishing again. I don't know what to do with you, Travis. I mean, Cindy does, but I don't want to hear about it. One thing I do want to test, and this doesn't help everybody else very much because I don't remember where I got them, but I've got these coastlock snaps. And I did test them thinking, they'd break, they'd let loose, fairly light, 30, 40 pounds. Because that was one of my thoughts on how I would actually mount the, just put the swivel on, or the sinker on this and let it give up. But it did not give up early enough. And since it didn't give up early enough, I just stopped the test. But now, do a couple of trialing knots on this bad boy. I hate that very bad, but everything's a bad boy. Oh, look here, I got these bad boy scissors, and look at this bad boy, and then we're going to run that bad boy around, and another bad boy, and it, it's one of those things that's overused, kind of like Lamar Jackson edits. Oh, and I got to check. Where's that punk at? I want to get rid of. Oh, hey, Rosario. I don't understand what any of that meant, but okay. There's a silly edit boy. Oh, he misspelled Lamar Jackson. I mean, if you're going to do an edit on somebody, at least learn how to spell it. Because LAM, if you spell it correctly, it won't get through. Because I've already set that up to get rid of nasty trolls. So I'm going to put 2 of these against each other. Because, why not? 80-pound mono in between them. Something's going to break, and it might as well be me. Oh, look, it's drift closing and essentials. Okay, I don't know what your point is here, buddy. I'm not your mom, so you better be careful what you call me, because we all know what she does for a living on the street corner. But you can get what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, yeah, get the fuck out of here, asshole. Idiots. Children that have no lives and apparently no parents. Because if your mother loved you, you wouldn't act like a dumbass. But I do have one other thing here for you. Silly kid. Can't believe I didn't have this ready to go. Yeah, I did. It kind of loses some of its luxury, right? Or some of its luster right now. But let's see.
Hey, punk, give your mother's phone back to her and stop being a failure at life.
Have a wonderful day. Here's my finger on my hand on the camera. Guess who's going bye-bye? Another dumbass. Nobody wants your edits, fool. No one. No one cares about you. No one. Do your own. I'm sitting here creating my own content. Why don't you do the same, buddy? Okay. So here we are. We're going to go one against the other, which would be kind of like putting Lamar Jackson against, I don't know, a wood chipper. See what kind of strength. Jesus H. Christ. It was already at 60. It's already past. Oh, I'm in newtons. No wonder. Let's get into pounds. I'm only at 20. 40. 55. 63.3. And what broke? Well, we got one of these left. There we go. So the knot broke. So even my coast lot made it to 63.3. And didn't break. So there you go. Yeah, they're all over these lives doing the same stuff, and I can't believe that YouTube has not done anything about them. A lot of times I'll just report them as spamming and hope that their channel gets, I hope that they have a channel and that it gets, you know, turned off and they actually lose everything because they can't behave. Apparently it's the latest TikTok challenge because, you know, they forgot how to eat Tide Pods. That one was, honestly, the Tide Pods challenge was one of my favorite. It really, it had a meaningful effect. Yes, that's mean. Sometimes I care. Most of the times I don't. So there we go. So we're going to do crimps because I know that everybody wants to know what the crimp is, because I know that Wild Hook last night was asking about crimp strength. So let me show you the best way to do a crimp now that I'm doing it. So you run it through, and then you run it through your thing, and you come back, and you got your tag end here. Okay. So you get the other end out of the way. So this is before you crimp. Get a nice ball of melted mono at the end. Don't crush it. Just let it dry on its own, or cool off on its own. You know, don't smush it. Don't mushroom it. Don't. Okay. Now we snug it up about as far as we want to go. Put it in our crimping tool, and we go boom, boom. Hey, Lance, cool guy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, the edit kids are coming from, yeah. Let's see. TikTok is you know, scourge to society. And the sad part is, I mean, there are people on TikTok that do good, that they're doing, you know, doing well for themselves, doing decent things. I don't like the format. That's just me, though. And since nobody asked my opinion, I'm going to give it anyway. Okay, so I've got way too much tag end on this. So I'll just do a little snippy. Kind of like a vasectomy, but way different. Okay, so bend that down again. Open this up. Nice little ball of hatred on there. Hey, Scotty Kilmer. Except you're not really the Scotty Kilmer I know. From, the annoying northern guy that does cars. And, yeah, him. I don't know him, but there you go. So, again, we pull that through, snug it up. Give her a crimp. Crimpity-doo-dah, crimpity-yay. I'm going to crimp all this stuff today. No, it's not. Your name's spelled differently, plus you would have gotten mad when I called you annoying. Rev your engines! Scotty Kilmer is actually a mechanic that does a lot of YouTube stuff. So we're back to zero, and I mean, carnage, right? Everybody loves carnage. Don't know where it's going to break, but move that over a little bit. We're already at 2.7 pounds, so this is flying. Okay, so we're at 61.6. And I think that one of these was not right up against, so we're getting a stretch right now. Oh, no, we're not. Here's what's happening. So it did seat this all the way up, but look, the crimp is right on top of the coast lock. I mean, it's right next to it. Remember, we had a little bit of a gap there. So it's closing that gap. So that's why the number is not going up. And then we'll see what happens from here. 63.1. And again, the Coastal snaps did not fail. It was the crimp. So 80-pound mono got us to 63.1 pounds of pulling force before the crimp broke, which was about what we were getting, if memory serves, out of the tri-lane knot. So there you go. Which is better? Whichever one's easier to tie. I think the tri-lane knot is better because it doesn't cost any money, whereas you have to pay for crimps. That's just me. Now, that's not to say I don't like crimps. Crimps are strong. And probably if done by somebody smarter than me, they'd be stronger. But there's your crimps. Okay. So I didn't have a real big agenda tonight. I wanted to, get the sticker board done. I wanted to get, I have a tooth that's killing me right now. I think my wisdom tooth is pushing and twisting one of them, a different one. But you know how that goes. How's that going to make me shut up? It won't. And I have that pull rig on a 12-volt lithium battery that is for my kayak to be used, which is used for the depth finder and stuff. Got the battery for the motor and then the battery for that. So I tested those. I was curious. So what that does tell me is if my braking strength on the rig is right around 60 pounds, and these didn't break yet after 63 or whatever, that I could tie this to my main line as opposed to cutting off what's there and then putting the swivel for the new rig on. So I could just do this process. So the coast lock, then put it to the swivel and that goes down to my rig. And then I could change out rigs that way if I wanted to. One more piece of jewelry on there, but we've shown that they can definitely these can handle that force. Don't ask me anything about them because I don't know, because I probably got them off of Temu. And for those that don't know, I do now have an Amazon storefront, whatever it's called. It's not in the link of this description yet, but it will of this video. It's got a lot of the stuff that I use that's available on Amazon. Not everything is. Uncle Lou rods, for instance, not available on Amazon. Anvil rods, not available on Amazon. River Cat tackle hooks, not available on Amazon. But it doesn't cost you any more. You get the same price whether you use my link or not. And even if there's something you want that's not in my storefront, just following my link and then searching for whatever you want on Amazon still gets me a small commission. There's also a link in the description, will be a link in the description for PC Fun. So this is if you've never signed up on PC Fun. This is not one of those, Billy Bob 18 codes. If you've never signed up, you want to buy a reel or anything that's over $70 total. It gives you a $25 off coupon. You can use it right then and there by using my referral code. And I also get a $25 coupon. So it helps both of us, but again, it's for first-time people only. If you've already had an account, it doesn't do any good. Hoping someday that they will want to work with me directly, but got one of my Alios 300 reels here. I've been really impressed with the PC Fun's reels for the price. I like a low-profile bait caster, so the Alios 300, 400 are great for that. I haven't gotten to try out the spinning reels that I got from Hitch by Hitch yet because I've been lazy and a bum and stuff like that. And Ashley, if you're still listening, I think I'm probably going to stay in tonight. We can go out and do something. I don't think I'm going to go fishing tonight because I want to be somewhere where I can get more Ambisol and stuff if I need for his tooth. It's just it's not a happy camper. Anyway, hey Scotty, good to see you. Good to see you. You're going to the lake. Well, thank you, Scotty. I appreciate it because Big Mike said that it was raining out there, so I figured y'all were stuck in as well. I do want to see you tonight, though, Ashley, because you're gorgeous. Going to send me a sticker. Well, thank you, Rubber Cats Tackle. So, like I said, I did the testing on these 6/0 hooks earlier, and I contacted Rubber Cats Tackle because I wanted to, one, let him know about the video and ask him some questions. And like I said, one of the questions that he answered, you can't buy them in bulk. They come in these 5-packs. I mean, this one doesn't have 5 in it anymore because, stuff. But they're shipped from the manufacturer like this, which is not good if you want to buy bulk. But they're put in the package. I mean, I've taken them out and put them back in, so they're, a little wonky in there. But this gives you cushioning during shipping. There's only 5 in each one of these. They come. I mean, everything. This is done at the factory. All of this. Because if you've ever had a bunch of loose hooks in a bag, they dull each other. You can get things bent. The mishandling and stuff, you can, the crushing of boxes and stuff. I like this setup. I assumed, because I'm, an assumer, that they, came in a big gigantic box of stuff, and somebody at River Cats Tackle put these like so. But they get them manufactured like that. And he's going to send me some more hooks to test, so we get strength test on them, because he liked that I did a strength test on them, because it's information, right? And that's what I try to provide here. I try to provide information. I try to tell you how to think. I don't try to tell you what the answer is. I try to tell you what the facts are. And you can make your own decision and your own choices from there. And again, these went up to, I want to say it was like 45 pounds before they got bent far enough that I think a fish would come off. And they're 6/0 hooks. You're not using that with 80-pound mono like I was testing with, because, the point was to test the hook, not the strength of the line. So I'm real happy with them. And I already showed this, but I'll show it again because I like repeating myself. The eyes on these, because I asked you if they were welded. They are not welded. I don't focus very well. I think I've got this set manually for exposure and stuff. There we go. I can't do this. There we go. So where it bends around and you got the end of the wire, there's just almost no gap there at all. I mean, almost nothing. It's very nice. So they're all bent eye hooks. They have, I think this is the octopus style bend. They have a slight offset. Oh, another thing. I'm not a salesman. I'm not sponsored by them. All that kind of stuff, right? So they are sharpened and offset and then heat treated. You're not going to find any tool marks on these. These are German alloy steel. They're just, and I mean, they're sharp. I haven't stuck one through my hand yet. We're going to keep it that way if I can. Yeah. Well, I watch where my finger's going. It's clear. Yeah. And this is it's a nice thick plastic, but on the outside, I feel a few points where the points have already breached the surface. They are, yeah, strong hooks. Now, they are not cheap. They're not inexpensive. They're not $50 for $1. But quality is not cheap. And yeah. So again, I've got no dog in this fight. I wanted to show the results. I've tested other hooks in the past, and I wanted to test these because John was nice enough to give me a pack when I was at the gathering. I'm like, well, first thing I want to know is how strong they are, because it's important, right? Some people are going to want their hooks to straighten out. When they get on something too big, when they get snagged on something, they want to know that the hook will straighten out and they'll get the rest of their rig back. Whereas I tend to, like say, I use a lighter piece of line that goes to the sinker to be the breaking point. Now, if you're somebody that uses sinker slides, and I do have sinker slides somewhere around here. Here's one. Oh, and it's actually got an example already on it. So if you use a sinker that doesn't, that won't fit on the sinker slide, I just tie mono around it and then, like so. But you can do this even with your sinkers that do have an eye that can stick on there. That way you can add that weak point again in case you want to do that with your sinker. That way your sinker slide still works, goes up and down the line, everything. You've added a little bit of bulk here, but not much to matter. And there you go. Danny Stone Outdoors. I'm like the Mr. Rogers of the catfish community. That's a compliment. Thank you. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Wants to be my neighbor. I got to get back up there to Missouri and fish with Danny again. I went last year, had a blast. I didn't catch anything, but I caught one Asian carp, but that was snagging and even lost a snagging hook, trying to snag more. Danny's always a great guy to fish with. I think he was surprised at how quiet I am in person. I think everybody's surprised at how quiet I am in person. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at, folks. I put some more stickers up on the board. Always good to do that. And like I said, I don't want to harp on this and make it sound like, people who are sponsored are bad folks, and that's not the case. What I'm saying is I have no dog in this fight. All I care about is the results. And the results were fantastic. And I actually had to stretch 2 of these hooks out because the first time the camera, once I hit record, I didn't notice that the window shrank a little bit. So you couldn't see the numbers, which made it useless. So I've stretched 2 of these out. And again, while they didn't go back directly into shape, let me show you. My aunt's just watching, hoping I stick my finger back in this package and come out with a little red here and there. Come on. Come on out. There you go. So this is one of them that got bent. And this is one of them that didn't. You can see there's not a lot of difference. So, the problem is that the eyes, you can't put them directly next to each other because of the eyes. But holding the shaft, the shank of these, there's not a lot of difference there. And this is after 45 plus pounds of force was put on it. And this is probably the other one. Yeah, so this one, I took it further because I wanted to see what I could do with it. I forget how far. This was from the first test. So that's an untested one versus the first test. And that one I should go back and look at the video. Basically, I was going to see how far I could go with it before it was just almost straight. And it went almost straight, but still came back and snapped back pretty good. I wouldn't go fishing with it in this condition. This one, yeah, it's really, it's not bad. It is not bad at all. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and throw that one in the trash because I don't want to accidentally grab hold of it, grab hold of the point and, Sometimes you want to get straight to the point. These hooks, you do not want to get straight to the point. I just saying. Yes, I am definitely going to start singing there. I do read chat, Scotty. Hi, Scotty. Everybody say hi, Scotty. And folks, thank you for sticking around this long. Appreciate the thumbs up and stuff. As you know, I'm trying desperately to get to 4,000 watch hours. I think as of today, I mean, I'll tell you, I think, and we all know I don't. Let me go check real quick. Earn 38.53, and that's as of 22nd. So I've got a few more days in the middle there, but I am losing days from last year, or watch hours from last year, because this time last year I was in Florida and was putting out content, and so those hours are rolling off. I'm trying to get to 4,000. I was almost there. I was up over 39, and then it went back down to 38. So there you go. I appreciate it, Scotty. Appreciate it. Well, and Danny, I mean, it's hard to keep track of chat and keep my mind doing its thing, right? Because I get so focused on how important what I'm saying really isn't. And yeah. Oh, and if you haven't noticed this up here, Miss B from Catch Fish with Us, that is a wood burning. I won that, and I forget whose giveaway. And I was excited to win it. Then when I found out what it was, I was excited. And then when she sent me a picture of it to begin with, I was like, oh my goodness, can't wait for it to get here. So there you go. I do just ramble on and on. Thank you. So I think that's going to wrap it up for me tonight, folks. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. It's a pleasure to that anybody watches me, to be honest with you. Thanks for watching, folks. Make sure you touch that screen for Lamar Jackson edit. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.